Hey, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above. And as always, excited to see what messages come through for Spirit. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day or night wherever you're at in the world. And before we get started, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you would like to join me in doing that, I'm more than welcome that, whether you're watching live or even on replay, because we can all join together outside of space and outside of time where this love exists, this love energy, and we can send it out and multiply it together. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath and just come back to right here, right now. And just allow that love to fill up our heart and flow out to the world and surround the earth in a beautiful, beautiful ball of love energy, sparking all hearts to that beautiful love from above. And if you are in need of love tonight or today, for your heart, your mind, your body, for a loved one or any situation, we send love to you as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in multiplying that love and for allowing the space for me to do that. And before we get into the readings, of course, we've got less than a day left for the drawing for tomorrow. So here is the link to that video if you're interested in entering the drawing for a chance at winning a 30-minute personal recorded reading. I haven't checked to see how many comments, because if I have 30 or more, I'll in a 45-minute personal recorded reading. And if I have 45 or more, I'll even add in a 1-hour personal recorded reading. Of course, tomorrow is my birthday, so who knows? You know how I am. There might be some extra giveaways. Who knows? So be sure to check that out. Also, we have the weekly energy updates. And of course, this coming week is What's the Key to Love this week? It is readings by each individual zodiac sign. So if you haven't checked that out yet, be sure to do so. You might even check out, if you know your moon sign or your Venus sign, check out those readings, because those are all about our emotions and how we like to be loved and give love. So there might be extra little oomph energy around those. So I like it. And of course, there's other readings out there too, with monthly readings for February and all sorts of other ones, which I won't talk about right now. Let's get into things. So let me break out the chat here and just get my desktop set up, and then we will get into the readings. It just takes me a moment to get it set up, because some people can't talk and do things at the same time very well anymore. And that would be me. All right. So we are good there. All right. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, real quick, how this works is I do go in order for the free readings, first come, first serve. So all you do is put your question out in the chat, and that is how it works. If you don't want to put your specific question out there, you don't want your business out there, you can ask for a general reading, and Spirit knows, and we'll pull cards and they'll bring messages for you through that. You can make a donation. I do honor energy exchanges of donations, and I step outside of the free readings, complete those, and then go back in order and move down the list. I am trying in something new the last few sessions, where for the free readings, I just pull a couple cards. I don't go deep, 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 deep like I was before, just so I can get through more free readings. But if you make a donation, I do dive in deeper with those donation readings. So also to honor that energy exchange. So that's how it works. Appreciate all the thumbs up. You guys have already given the video. That's something free you can do that helps spread the Zen love. And so thank you so much, all of you that have already done that. And you're part of the tsunami of love. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So I hope everyone is doing well, well, well. All right. So no donations yet. So we will get started on the free readings. And Esmeralda, hello, you are up first. Good evening. And you want to know, what does Spirit have to say about your love life from now for the next 3 months? And you are very welcome. I'm so grateful. I feel so blessed to be able to do this. By the way, I'm using the Star Tarot, which is a new deck that I got myself for my birthday. And I really like these. Wow, well, look at this. So you've got the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is new, higher love coming in. So obviously, this is a great card to come up when you're asking about love life. If you're single, this means new love coming in. If you're with someone right now, this means an elevated love that happens in your relationship. The Queen of Cups is great too. She rolls over emotion. She actually has the Ace of Cups right here that she's offering. And not only does she roll over water and emotion, all the queens in the minor arcana are given a second portion of water, which means she really can connect to her emotions. Very much like the high priestess, has great psychic abilities, intuition, empathic abilities, probably picking up everyone's emotions. So trust your gut, trust your emotions that you are picking up within you over the next 3 months too, because it's going to be right on the button. So I love this coming in here for you as well. So a lot of emotion, a lot of deep emotion. As you're waiting, if you aren't in a relationship yet, or like if you are in one, as things are unfolding, something that you can do with that Queen of Cups too is to dive deep into your own self-love, because the while we're waiting, the one of the most beneficial things that we can do is to heighten our inner love vibration, expand our self-love, because we're able to love other people more and receive love more from others the higher our love is, because we can't love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. I usually show, if I love myself this much, no matter how much love I want to push out to someone, it just drips out to them. And no matter how much love they want to give me, it just drips in. So the more I expand my self love, not only am I getting this beautiful win win of feeling this wholeness and this completeness, I also am able to give and receive love more in the outside world. So I really like that for you. Definitely, it's thumbs up with love coming here in the next 3 months, or heightened love, like I said, if you're in a relationship. But wonderful things, Esmeralda. I am liking it. So that's what they have for you right now. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So continue moving down the list. You are welcome. And Rishi, hello, hello. So you are up next. You want to know, how can you use your clairvoyant gift in a better way, or just more often in a bigger way? So let's take a look here. What does Spirit have for you about using your clairvoyant gift? Okay. Well, of course, here's the judgment card. Here's your higher self, and your human self is being called into this higher and higher relationship. So, first is continue to grow your relationship with your higher self in the higher realm. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And it allows you to have this, stronger use of your gift. You also have the Eight of Pentacles, which shows that you're doing the work. It's like recognition from Spirit that you are clearing away the fears, you're clearing away the noise. Because with all of our spiritual gifts, the frequency of Spirit is that of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude. So it's a higher frequency that they speak at. um, the lower vibrational, energies and emotions of fear, with anger and resentment and all those other delicious things we came here to experience. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just lower vibrational, and it's noisy. So it's hard for us to hear the whispers of unconditional love and hear clarity when we're on a lower vibration and hearing all the noise. So the more, and this is like the work you've been doing, you've been turning down the fear noise and increasing your love vibration to where you're gaining clarity. And so that's kind of the combination of these together, is that you are definitely being called higher into this higher relationship. You've been doing the work, so continue to do that. And Eight of Pentacles represents movement in the outside world. So you can use your gift more and more, as you listen. I mean, you're able to hear more clearly as you raise your vibration. So you start flexing it. You start looking. You start differentiating the voices of the fear from the voices of up above. The one voice will stand out and will never be wrong. Others, they'll say something and they're like, well, this is what's going to happen, or what this person is going on with them, and turns out not to be true. You're like, oh, that was my ego, that was my intellect. You start whittling it out, where you really zero in on the one voice in that speaks to us, that is always of unconditional love and never wrong. And then it's like, there it is. And so you just start, I feel like it's the time of weeding out which voices are of human and which voice is of spirit. And then you just continue to build that muscle, continue to use it for yourself. And then you start getting braver, right? And you step out and you start giving messages to people, right? You start mentioning things and people are like, who told you? How'd you know that? Well, they knew that, right? So I love this. This is expanding more and more. And I feel like with that Eight of Pentacles, something is going to make itself known more and more the more you continue to do the work. So you are headed in the right direction with what all of that is coming through. That's basically what Spirit is saying. So continue doing what you're doing right now. All right. So next up, we have Diona Sturgis. And you have, what do you need to know? So just from Spirit, what they'd like you to know right now. All right. So these are the two here. All right. Wow. So you've got a wonderful love coming in here for you. I mean, you've got the sun, which is brightness and wonderful victory and warmth and enlightenment, things shining bright into every area of your life regarding love. And this can be romantic love, it can be best friend type of love, familial love, but it's definitely this significant other that's in your life, that's coming into your life. And you even see this bright, shining bright here. It's coming very soon. If it's not here already, there's this wonderful um, hope, this beautiful brightness. And I just feel like it's just, I don't want to say overwhelming, but it almost feels like such a wonderful feeling. It almost feels overwhelming. Like, I just can't stand it. I'm just so happy with this love that's expanding from your heart and from this other person's heart. So I really like that for you. I mean, I feel like it's coming sooner than later, with all of this, and they're wanting you to know that you're okay, um, to receive it. Um, the sun card usually has Leo energy, where it's the little inner child leaving behind this brick wall that, where it was hiding because it had felt unsafe, but it's going beyond the barriers, it's going beyond the walls because it feels safe now. It doesn't feel like it's vulnerable, it doesn't feel like it's in danger. There's this strength that comes with it, like Leo the lion, and you're roaring as you're going forward, because you're not afraid anymore. I feel like there was some pain from before, and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to let anyone do any of that to me. I get to choose, and I really feel like you're stepping into it, and it's very a wonderful coming together of another individual into your life, and I like it for you, Dijona. So that is what they want you to know right now. It's just like this wonderful message of it's coming. Don't give up hope. So I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So we'll continue, right? I claim it. Woohoo! Very cool. All right. So Sherry L, you are up next. I am doing wonderful. Thank you. I hope you are doing well. And you want to know, what do your spirit guides want to tell you? I actually have this divine guidance oracle, and I'm being drawn to pull from here for you. It is the spiritual ink blot test, which whatever picture shows up on here means something for you, whatever you see in it. And then I will read from the book as well. So you have card number 41. Look at that beautiful, beautiful colors there. And that is card number 41. And this is called creative. And it says, you are fully aligned with the powerful light of source energy and loving harmony of Mother Earth. Your creative energy is centered and flowing, and it is time now to embrace this energy. Perhaps you're an artist, a writer, a speaker, a dancer, a healer, a musician, or whatever. Dedicate time each day to using your creative force in a way that brings you joy. Keep yourself grounded and connected through meditation. And when you are aligned with Source and Mother Earth, your creative juices flow in abundance. So I love that. This is recognizing from your spiritual guides that they're nudging you to do that which makes your heart sing, and do it every day. I feel like there's this habit or old way of sacrificing yourself, always putting yourself last, but they're having you bring forth this time, even if it's 30 minutes every day. Do that thing that you love, even if it's doodling or if it's painting. It's just, if even if it's little, 30 minutes a day, that's all that you can start sparing yourself. It's do it every single day. Invest energy into this thing that you love, because it's time to express that creativity, that love within your heart. Express it creatively in this way that you love to do it. So I like that, Sherry. It is time. It is time. It is time. So I love that. And I'm excited to see what you do with that. So that's what they have. Very many blessings to you. All right. Billy, you are up next. And you are welcome. You want messages for your current work. So let's see what Spirit has here for you. All right, I actually want those two. So you have the Judgment card coming in here, which this represents like your higher self and your human self. And also the Queen of Wands, which the Queen rules over fire, but she also is half water, which the Black Cat represents connection also to the higher realms. This energy that's coming in here is telling me that regarding your current work, your higher self is allowing you, it's like they're making things so uncomfortable in what you're doing now, where you might have had fear about leaving and going to do something else that's more in alignment with your heart, with your that makes your soul sing, that makes it it's not just, it's checking off all the boxes of it's enough money, it's going to help, it has benefits, blah blah blah. But you wake up every day going, God, I got to go to work today. Instead, there's this beautiful energy coming in, this passion, this emotion, this higher calling of looking for work in something that actually you'd wake up in the morning and be excited to go and do things, right? It's like a change of perspective, the change of motivation on what type of work that you're wanting to do. And so they're showing, there's that fear before of, well, I don't, I need money, I need all this stuff. You're getting to that point. The eagle up here, um, there's I mentioned sometimes about an eagle's nest, because what happens with an eagle, they build these nests out of this craggly, sharp things, but they line the inside to make it very safe for the egg and the little eaglets. And so it's born and they feed it and all that. But when it's time for the eaglets to fly, the eaglets are like hesitant because they're like, this is all comfy and warm. And I get room service. You're bringing me food. So why would I want to leave? And of course, the eagle parents go, you make a good point. And they rip out all the stuff that makes it feel comfy and they stop bringing food as much so that it forces them to leap out of the nest, get on the branches. And then they're like, you know what? I'm going to fly. So this, I feels like what is happening in your current job is that things are like your higher self is making things more and more uncomfortable where you just can't stand it, and it's outweighing the fears of looking for another job and going somewhere else. And so that's what's happening. But with this jump of going to somewhere else, they do want you to let your heart have a seat at the table to choose something that's more in alignment with making your heart sing, something you'd enjoy, even if it's a little less money here or there, or it's not, doesn't meet all the check boxes yet. It's like they want you to take steps around work that makes you want to wake up and go do it. So that's what they have for you, Billy. I like it. All right. So continue moving down the list, and we have Esther. You are up next. Esther E. You like a general reading for the rest of February. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know, Esther E? Okay. These two. Wow. So I like this for you, Esther. So you do have this Princess of Cups, which is emotion. You have the 10 of Cups, which is overflowing emotion, feeling your heart full and overflowing. The Princess of Cups is like the Page of Cups, which is new love, new higher love coming in. So I really like this for you. You just are going to feel a great amount of love that just fills you up from the inside and overflows out into the world. And then you also have love in the outside world, that this wave of love comes back to you. So, it's kind of twofold. One, this is you. You're becoming this chalice. You're connecting to this inner love, that which is from Creator, from Source, the mother and father of all things. So you're turning inward and upward and getting this beautiful love that's flowing down and filling you up. But then it overflows. And this is where this 10 of Cups happens, because where love before on the outside world kind of feels like it's falling short, and that it doesn't match up, and fill us up. It kind of feels like empty and sour, bitter water. You're like, ugh, where that is how it has before. When you find the love that you've been looking for inward and upward, then it changes the whole outlook of the love from the outside. It's above and beyond and abundant. And you have this fullness of inside, and then all the outside just feels even more fuller. It's above and beyond extra. So I really feel like over the next couple of weeks, it's just going to be something of this inner revelation of your heart. And then it just, because we see the world as we are on the inside, as this overflows, you start seeing the outside world in relation to love, for yourself and for others, just magnified, like that 10 of Cups. It's like hearing angels, oh, the clouds part and the sun shines down on you and there's giant rainbows and you hear angels singing. It's this wonderful, wonderful overflowing of love that I feel for you, Esther. So I like it. I can't wait to hear about your experiences of this when it's overflowing, because it the picture they're giving me in my mind is like a beautiful, beautiful experience for you. So that is what they have, Esther. So many, many blessings to you. I like it. All right, Holly, you are up next. And so your mom crying because you rejected her offers. Any messages for you, please? Okay, we'll take a look here. See what Spirit wants you to know about this situation here. All right. So, first of all, one of the beautiful things that comes through is that we we can't make anyone cry. You know, that's what we're taught, right? From when we're all very young. It's a manipulation thing that is passed down from generation to generation. It's like me saying, Holly, you're responsible for my happiness and my emotions. So if I cry and I get upset, it's your fault. And we're like, what? And then that's the first stage of manipulation, which is an amazing thing to learn. Learning that you do it and learning that people do it to you. You're just like, what? Because we're taught first, like, oh, I'm sad and you're supposed to make me happy. It's a way to get you to do what I want you to do. And then if that doesn't work, then I get angry and upset and maybe even abusive to bully you into doing what I want you to do. If you don't do that, then we go to stage 3 of manipulation, which is rejection, right? I'm not going to talk to you then. I'm hanging up on you. I'm not answering your text. If I live in the house with you, you get the cold shoulder and the silent treatment. I just not even going to talk to you. I'm going to my room and I'm closing the door, or I'm leaving the house. And it's like, that's what we fear as humans, is rejection. If that doesn't work, then they'll go back to stage 1. I can't believe when I hung up on you, you didn't call me back, and then if that didn't work, then they'll go to the anger again. You'll see the loop of those things, and you might experience this going, hey, wait a minute, my mom's been doing this to me my entire life. That's how she was taught by her mom or parents or whoever, and it was passed down from generation to generation. So that's the first thing that Spirit wants you to know, is that you don't make your mom cry. She chooses to cry. We can make it easier or harder for people to choose fear or those types of emotions or love, but ultimately we each make our own decision. No one can make me happy. No one can make me sad. I can choose to be happy or I can choose to be sad. So, that's the manipulation that um, you rejected my offer. Well, I'm going to act sad, and I'm going to act sad and hurt until you do what I want you to do. And if that doesn't work, like, then she might go into anger mode, or rejection mode. She might skip over anger and go directly to rejection, right? To try to get you to do what they want you to do. And you don't have to. This is a beautiful power that comes in here. Here's the 10 of Wands. You've been investing so much energy into trying to make her happy. You can give someone the world and they can still choose to be unhappy. So this 10 of Wands is a message from Spirit about changing where you're investing your energy. You no longer have to invest it all out there trying to make all these people happy. You get to bring all that energy back, because you can't change people. You can't make them happy or not. That's their choice, right? Like I said, you can invest so much energy giving everyone so much stuff, and it's still not enough. When is it going to be enough? Never. So they're having you bring your energy back and focus on what you want to focus your energy on. You get to choose your happiness and your emotions. You don't have to worry about everyone else's. The King of Pentacles, wonderful, wise, being that's been through all of the Pentacle suit, which is about self-worth, and they get to realize their power of their self-worth and seeing it in a different way. Because the King of Pentacles, it's the Four of Pentacles is where they learn this lesson. When they realized, when they were defining their worth by the outside world, they felt unstable. And it's because we're taught to define our worth by relationships, with parents, with, lovers, spouses, siblings, work people, friends, whatever. or situations or things, we're taught all those areas define us. But all those things aren't stable. People change, right? People pass away, people walk away. Situations never stay the same. And of course, things break down, deteriorate, explode, burn down, stolen. So, all those things we realize are so unstable, we get tired of it and we turn inward and upward. And that's where we find the love, the solidity, this eternal, unconditional love from above that never ends. We can never lose it. It's not fickle like the outside world relationships and their love that's conditional. You do what I want, I love you. You don't do what I want, mm, sorry, I don't like you right now. That's not the way spirit works. That's not the way the creator works. So you find the solid foundation, and then you're released from it. So I really like this message coming in for you, Holly, because I feel it's time for you to be set free from the manipulation, and that you can still say, "I love you, Mom," but I don't want that for me. And you can, whatever you choose to do around that, it's up to you, but I still love you. And then you're fine. You're off the hook, right? So that's what they have for you, Holly. Hopefully that helps, because it is freeing once you realize it. And then when you start to realize, a big aha for me is when one of my partners, when I didn't realize was doing that, and they were like, "You're gonna ride that lip? You're gonna cry me a handful? You're gonna ride that lip to town?" Because I would do the sad and the hurt, because that's what I was taught um, by my mom, who was taught that by her mom, who's taught that, throughout all the ancestors, right? And I would walk out of the room, and I got upset, and I walked out of the house, and they were supposed to follow me, and they didn't. So I'm walking around the block, and I'm like, how many times am I going to walk around the block? I'm going to have to go in there. And I walked inside because I was like, this is stupid. And they were like, they just laughed at me, and they said, you know what? I'm not going to do, if you want to talk, but don't pull that stuff, which it was great, because they really brought it to my face that I was doing that. But also I saw how other people were doing that. And so there's freedom that comes there, Holly. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. I know it's tough. Well, good. I'm glad you're smiling. You are very welcome. Freedom. You can come to the was it I have been manipulated anonymous group, because we all have. It's a common in our humanity. But when you realize it, you don't have to give into it anymore. That's what a lot of narcissism is: extreme manipulation tactics like that. So many blessings, Holly. Glad that helped. All right, new love, you are up. So, what can we see about your relative A? She wants all the attention and always bragged and put you down all your life. Oh, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. Mhm. So, you've got the Strength card here and the Ten of Swords. So, the Ten of Swords talks about our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. Usually, it's someone that's face down in the dirt with 10 swords stuck in their back, exhausted from trying to live up to everyone else's expectations, right? We have these fears that we try to, you know, we anyway, all these expectations out of fear, we try to live up to all of them because we don't want to be rejected, because ultimately the little swords are small t truths. They're rooted in these fears of losing a conditional love. So when we're going, what was going on with this relative A of yours? What happens when we feel so low about ourselves? I used to call it, you've got boasters and you've got destroyers. So when someone feels low about themselves, they will try to boast themselves up to where they think everyone else is at. They feel so low about themselves that they try to build themselves up. They don't believe the BS that they're saying, but they're hoping everyone else will, because they're so desperately feeling low about themselves. They feel like they have to do that to try to make everyone think they're up here when they still feel that they're down here. The destroyers are opposite, where they're down here. They feel people are up here and they want to bring you down to where they're at. So they're like, they try to do this. No one can truly do that. We can only believe it. But they feel like by destroying you and saying things, that they'll bring you down to where they feel they're at. Then there's the people that will do both. They'll boast themselves up and destroy, boast and destroy to try to get to where they feel they're on the same level. So that 10 of Swords, shows that, this was their attempt and their effort to try to feel equal to you, through that. And that's why they bragged, and that's why they try to put you down, the destroying and the boasting, right? The bragging and the putting people down. And it just tells you not how they felt about you, but how they felt about themselves. And so when we switch it around, then we, understand that they are also a mirror for us. Because if someone tries to put me down, it only bothers me if I believe it somewhere inside, right? If someone comes to me and says, "You're worthless," and I'm just like, I'm priceless. I think you're looking at the wrong price tag. If I feel that way about myself, people can try to tear me down, and I see past their attacks to going, "Oh, come here to boo boo. Why are you feeling so low about yourself? Come here, let's talk." But if I back when I had a really, really low self-esteem, it wouldn't take much. I would believe anything anyone said bad about who I was and how I was failing and not doing things. Um, but this is where your other card comes in, the Strength card. Because this is our human that goes out into life and it's told, it's hungry, it's starving. This is your higher self with that infinity symbol, which in the beginning you're not aware of that. We just come in as this lion, so hungry, so thirsty, and are told, go out here. That's what's going to fill you up. That we're also told that's what defines you. So we go outside and we eat of relationships and situations and things, and we're still starving, we're still thirsty. We become hungry, angry, like those Snickers commercials. We're so desperate, we're roaring in the jungle, not aware of our higher self. But our higher self has always been aware of us. And so it knows when we reach that desperation point, it's the turning point in our life, and it makes itself known to us. And it doesn't come down to kill off the lion to put out of its misery, or to cage it to keep people safe from it, or to manipulate it, or train it, or whatever, to try to make it be what it wants, because it knows what we're truly hungering for is the unconditional love of above. And it's so convenient that our higher self, that bigger piece of us, is made of unconditional love. And so it's able to join together, and give us what we're looking for, that love inside. And then we're joined together hand and paw, and we're able to walk together in life in a completely different way. So, these mirrors that we have, these individuals that, you know, try to tear us down, and their bragging makes us feel small, because that's what happens, right? When people are bragging, trying to get up to where we're at, but we feel we're down here and they're up here, and when they brag, we feel like they're trying to make us feel even lower. That's that's why we hate braggers and boasters, because that piece of us that feels low is like, how dare you try to put me even lower. But that's the beauty of finding your love and your wholeness on the inside. It transforms how you see everyone else, and you see them as like, oh, so people that are all boasting about what they've done, and and the people that tear other people down, that's what's happening, is that's about them. But the mirrors, what we see, tells us about us. So that's what they want you to know, new love. And hopefully that just gives you a different perspective on, you're like, oh, I totally know. That's who they are, right? You're just like, That makes so much sense. But that's what they have. So many, many blessings to you. All right, Megs, you are up and you'd like a general reading for this coming week. Let's see what they have here for you. All right. You actually had 3 cards pop out, which, these are so related because you have the Knight of Cups and the Two of Cups. So you've got this is love coming in, this is romance coming in, and you have the Nine of Pentacles too. It's kind of, a wonderful combination because the Nine of Pentacles is you finding your wholeness and your completeness and your worth within yourself. You're not looking for someone else to define you and to validate your worth. You're standing on your own. Well, you have spirit with you, the little dove in here, and this is your connection to spirit too. So you're not alone um spiritually, and surrounded by these wonderful support group, just maybe not physically with those, which allows you to see this in a different way than you've had in the past. You see this relationship, this opportunity of someone, a loving individual, to come in. And I feel like because the Knight of Cups is like this knight in shining armor that brings love, that offers love. I feel like this is what comes in, but you're not like desperate for it. You're not going like, oh, this means I'm lovable because you're doing this. You're like, I almost, and it's not in an arrogant way, but I feel like more like a queen who is like ruling over her kingdom, someone who's very, it's like Xena, the warrior princess. They're like, I'm full, I'm powerful, I don't need anyone. Allow the princes to come in and offer, let me see what they have to offer me. It's not like, oh, I need you. It's what, yes, you can enter the throne room. So tell me, what do you have to offer me? It's like that kind of wonderful interaction that I feel for you for this week. So with Valentine's Day, that makes sense, but it feels so different than you've ever had before because you've really stepped into your power, and I like it. So that's what they have for you, Megs. I can't wait. I wish we could get that on film because that's going to be pretty fun. But many blessings. All right. So, Alex, you're the next general reading. Let me take a quick drink here. Let's see what Spirit has for you. All right. Got some fire going on here. So, you have the Five of Wands coming in and the Queen of Wands. So the Five of Wands represents like a firestorm. I can even see a volcano erupting, something that seems volatile, something that seems like, oh my gosh, conflicting and shaking, and it just moves your passion, it moves your energy. But it's okay because the queen here rules over all that, and she doesn't fear energy. She rules over it. In this Ace of Wands here that she holds in her hands, she understands the power that she gets to choose what she does with her energy, and whatever she focuses on is what grows and expands. So the Five of Wands is a change of energy. It's like something that starts off as fearful energy, lower vibrational energy, gets transformed into something that's higher energy. That is which is more connected to higher vibration, love, unconditional love, and joy, and patience, and um, uh, laughter and gratitude. It's this wonderful change of energy that comes in here. So I really like that. Whatever the situation that is coming up here, you're going to realize it's like, what volcano is this erupting? And where before, I feel like it's something that would draw you out into the drama. I feel like there's someone in your life that just loves to invite you on stage for this wonderful debate of drama. And this time you just don't accept the invitation. You just step into your power, you step into your gratitude. And instead of feeling like you have to defend, you actually give love, you actually give gratitude, you actually change the energy where they're just like, "What are you doing? What do you mean you love me? What do you mean you are supporting what I want to do? I need you to argue with me." And you're just like, "I love you," and I feel like it's just like this. You almost kill them with kindness, but out of love, not out of ill intent. You know, I know sometimes when you're in customer service, you can be like faking being grateful when we're actually trying to irritate people. This is not that. This is, being truly, sincerely different. You're intentionally changing the energy, and I really like that for you. And the Queen of Wands also has a great connection to the spirit world because she's half water, and so there's also this intuition that kind of kicks in with this situation too, where you just know, like, behind the scenes information, like this person's acting irritated and whatever, but you just know, you can sense it. I don't even feel like you get knowledge or you know information like that. You just get this emotional knowing of that they're feeling a certain way, even though they're like, "Bruh," you can feel their pain, you can feel their sadness, and that ignites this compassion in your heart for them. So I like that for you, Alex. I just feel like it's going to really change this relationship that's usually combative, explosive, like a volcano relationship and interaction with them. And it's just going to transform. So I like it for you, Alex. So that's what they have for you. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So continue moving down the list. Hey, Rhonda, can you get what is coming for you in the next coming days? Absolutely. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. What else, please? All right, there it is. So, I know you're like, "Oh no," when he laughs like that, but they make me giggle. I sorry. But I like it. VV victory, 2 of wands, very empowering. 7 of pentacles, it's wonderful. A wonderful card of patience, because I know you love, love, love patience, right? But this is, things are unfolding, things are expanding and growing in your life. So definitely it's a good card. It's that it takes time, though, is what it's saying here. But while things are growing, while things are taking their good old time, this 2 of wands is what you're really able to put into practice more and more and more as you're going through this, because the 2 of wands is something that we talk about a lot on the channel, is our power. One of our greatest powers is realizing that every moment is a choice. It's an emotional choice between fear or unconditional love. It's an emotional choice of a story of fear of losing conditional love or unconditional love, and where we're investing our energy in each moment to fear or unconditional love. So when we focus our energy on what we're grateful for, on what we do want in our lives, and on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, like I was just talking about, when we do that, that expands and that grows. Anything else diminishes and shrinks. But if I look over here and I focus in on what I'm fearing will come in or leave my life, or what I feel is missing, or what's in my life that I don't want, I'm actually feeding it and making it grow bigger. That was one of the biggest ahas that happened in my life. That was huge, life changing, because I'd be looking at it and asking Spirit, "Why is everything going wrong? Why is all this stuff growing? And why is all this stuff?" And they're like, "Well, why don't you look over here?" And I'm like, "Wow, so this grows and this expands." I go, "But what about that stuff?" And like, "Why is it growing again?" Because you're looking at it. Look over here. Wow, I like that and everything. But what's going there? And they just kept gently. At some point, I thought they were going to go, "Hey, quit looking over there." But it's not right and it's not wrong. It's just different. And so they offer very gently reminders just to go, when we feel that our heart tightening, like someone's grabbing it and squeezing it, that's the fear that's expanding. And when we feel that, that's like the signal that I use in my life to know when I'm focusing on those things rather than what I really want, because I had enough of that. I like to have that. Every once in a while, it's fun to have drama and fear and all that, but it gets old very quick. It's like dating apps. Every once in a while, you go back into a dating app to go, oh, yeah, this is why I don't go on here. But that is what they have for you, Rhonda. So I like it. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Much love to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. We are to Jan. Hello, Jan. Uh-oh, I see some laughter. Let's see, what is this about? Is your future spouse gonna date someone this Valentine's? And are they your soulmate too? How long will they last? Okay, I see why you have the funny laughter faces now. So, is your future spouse going to date someone this Valentine's Day? Let's see what they have. Two cards here. Are they your soulmate? How long will they last? um, I feel here that your future spouse. I don't feel like there's no cups. There's no dating here. Um, you know, everyone is a soulmate that we interact with in our life. I have an interesting pick a card that talks about, messages from our soulmate, our soul partner, and or twin flame. In fact, I think I have it here. Let me just post it because it's really, really interesting, the information that came through with it, because I had no idea about the difference between soulmate and soul partner and what we call a twin flame. So here's that pick a card if you want to check that out, and for anyone else that's interested in it. Um, but we do have a lot of soulmates, even our parents and our friends, and they're all souls that have divine assignments with each other to agree to have interact with each other. Usually, when we're talking about soulmates, we're talking about romantic souls, and a soul partner is the last one we end up with in this lifetime in our lives, which can be also not romantic. It could be a family member or a best friend. But so check that out. That'll give you some insight into the soulmate question. Um, so they definitely, a spouse would definitely be someone who's there. Will they be the last? That's a good question, right? I feel like with the Emperor card coming in here, which it's a 4, which is a very solid foundation. The Three of Pentacles talks about being true to your authentic self. And I like this. I feel like um, other people that you'll have dated and gotten serious relationships with, it's like you felt you couldn't be yourself. You felt like you had to like walk on eggshells or hide certain sides of you because you're like, oh, they're not going to like this and they don't want my woo-woo-ness and, whatever it may be. So you shrink. But you're getting to this point where you're like, screw that. I'm going to be me. Everyone can deal with their own stuff, but I am not going to shrink anymore. I'm going to shine. The sun does not ask permission to shine. She just does. And anyone that can't handle it can get out of the heat. And I feel like your soul partner, your future spouse, they can stand the heat and they like the heat and they're very stable. The emperor is rules over kings. They're someone that really appreciates and actually is attracted to you because of your uniqueness and you stand uh, in your true authenticity. And they like that because they don't like people who are fake, and they like, they're attracted to you because they're like, I know where I stand, with her, because she shares honestly and lovingly, and she just is herself. And so I feel like they will last a very long time once you reach them. Feel like you have stepping stones, which are some of those other soulmates, those other romantic soulmates that have gotten you to this, you will get you to this place when you meet them, and then it'll be lifelong, for the rest of your life. I really feel I don't get that a whole lot, um, but I feel that with them because they're just like, yeah, it's a very solid relationship. So I like that for you, Jan. So many blessings to you. All right. So continue moving down the list. Next up is Daisy, and you want to know, will you have the opportunity to have a conversation with Aditya? Look at you adulting. You're funny. So let's take a look here. Will you have an opportunity to have a conversation with Aditya soon? All right, here we go. I feel like you will, because here's the 10 of Wands, which is a lot of energy being invested towards something. And then you have the death and rebirth, which is an ending and a new beginning. So, and this is an ending and a new beginning as well. So I feel like whatever all this, I feel like um, this conversation with Aditya is like uh, release all the energy that you're investing toward it. It's like, you know what? You've let the universe know I want to have a conversation soon. And whether I have it or not, I'm releasing all the energy around it, and you can make it happen according with what's for my highest experience. And you do that and you release it, and then boom, that's what releases the energy. It's like so much effort, and like I want to talk to them, I need to talk to them. There's this energy of, I don't want to say lack, but it's the energy of that it's not happening, and that's what's expanding the not happening. And so when you release it, like all this energy just dissipates, and you just, here comes the, from the ashes come this mighty phoenix. So I feel like as soon as you just surrender the energy you have around it, it's like trusting the universe. I feel like you're in this beautiful place of just saying, you know what? I trust you. You got me. And it's like the creator going, I got you, boo. And you're like, all right. You just ask and you just don't think about it, because you know that they're going to have it unfold. You're not putting energy into what if I don't? What if I do? It's just, hey, this is what I would like. If it's for my best, boom. And then you move on. And then these things just happen. And that's what I feel the energy around this is for you, Daisy. So I like it. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings. All right. So Eliza, you are up next. Hello, hello. And may you know what's the next action of R towards you in February. All right. Let's take a look here. Into that one. So this card came flying back out after I put it in there and shuffled. So you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about movement in your outside world. But you also have the death and rebirth, the endings and the new beginnings. This also reminds me of like the Wheel of Fortune. This is like you've been investing energy, you've been putting in work, and things are about to change. Things are about to, churn and turn and evolve, and the old way of interacting with them is changing. I am doing these short readings because this could go either way. It could be, it's like whatever you're in right now, it can't stay the same. The interactions you have are either going to have to move up, which is what the Eight of Pentacles is things moving up in your world, in between you two, or out. It's in or it's up or out. There's no staying the same. And with the death and rebirth, like I said, that can go either way. And they did show me the bottom of the deck here with the Empress card, which is new birth, which again can go either way, right? So I feel like you'll know that what it is, if it's going to it's coming to a higher level, or it's like it's time to just let it go and move forward. Um, but since I'm making these free ones, short and sweet, shorter and sweeter than they were, that's what they have for you right now. But I feel like you'll know for it. But that's what they have for you, Lisa. So many blessings towards you. All right, we'll continue moving down the list. We have Juliana Alicia. You are up next. Is Gustavo coming to your country? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what else here. There it is. So you have the Ace of Swords, which is new communication, new information, new knowledge. It can be new expectations. But the Five of Pentacles is normally this card of transformation of the outside world, of feeling like lack and left out in the cold, and left behind, and that type of thing. I feel like there's this change definitely that's coming here. I almost felt like asking if, like, does your country have snowy mountains? Because I feel like this would be them entering the country. But I feel like you're going to get new communication from them. That there's this feeling of lack, this feeling um, like they don't feel they have enough sustenance, they don't have enough funds to make the move, or not make the move, but or maybe make the move, but to make this transformation, to make the trip and doing those things, because they're working on trying to understand where their sustenance comes from. Right now, they're depending on humans to bring it to them, and they fear that they won't have enough. When we realize with all of us that eventually it's the creator, it's the source that brings us what we need in each moment. But while we're in this feeling of lack and feeling left behind and abandoned, these are the feelings that are there. So I feel like you're going to, with that Ace of Swords, you're going to be getting communication from them, at least saying it's delayed, because I feel like they are going through this, trying to get funds together and trying to feel the security in funds, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for you, Juliana. So many, many blessings to you. Oops, sorry. Okay. So continue moving down the list here, and we are to VD Jalan. Hello. So you'd like a general read about what's happening in February overall. So what does Spirit want you to know overall? I like that. Let's see what else we have. So you have the Seven of Pentacles, and for February overall, I feel like you've been in this path of waiting and waiting and waiting for something to unfold, something to come to fruition. And you have the Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment card. So I do feel in February overall, there is this change here of, finally, I know we say finally, it's always perfect timing, but, like our human side of us is going, oh my gosh, feel like it took forever for the tree to grow and the branches and the blossoms and the leaves. And now here's the fruit. And so I feel like you're beginning to see the fruit of your, labor, the fruit of what you've been investing in. You're starting to see it unfold here, because the Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. So I feel like you are beginning to see the fruit of your labor, we'll say, that you've been investing in, and the patience that you've had and learned. You're now going, wow, look, it's almost like, sometimes fruit trees are like that, it seems, where you check it every day, and then you go to bed, and then you wake up the next day and you go out there and you're like, whoa, look, there's fruit on there, or a tomato plant or something. Like, where did that come from? It's like sometimes it feels like fruit appears out of nowhere. And I feel like that starts to happen here in February for you. So the overall is the patience and knowing that fruit will it goes through its process, but then there's this fruit that just starts appearing all over the tree for you. So you're starting to see the benefits and the fruits of your labor is what I feel. So that is what they have for you. So I like it. All right. So many blessings to you, VD. And love, you are up. Will your manifestation work this time? Let's see here. 2 cards came flying out. So both of these cards together, it's interesting because the Hierophant, you can see here how they have you enter the labyrinth because you're trying to figure out what it is that you truly want. And the Two of Pentacles is a balancing energy of the outside world, but also is as above, so below. It's bringing balance of the higher realms of the things of above into the human world, into the physical world. And I feel like what they're saying is, will your manifestation work this time if your energy is matching the manifestation? We'll ask for things and we want things, but if our energy doesn't match it, if it's not what our high heart truly wants, the energies don't match and it doesn't draw it together because like attracts like, right? And so that's what that kind of Two of Pentacles feels to me too. It's like magnets drawing things. So we draw to us that which our energy is matching. And so whatever it is you're trying to manifest, you can, look at, is it what I truly want, or am I focusing on, um, you know, it's like this, if we focus on like, and this isn't necessarily what you're doing, it's just the one they brought to my mind. It's like, I want to bring in this person into my life because I need them. Well, it's a feeling of lack. Like I'm incomplete until I have this in my life. Well, that's not what's going to draw that to us. It's we're drawing lack, and we are, the energy that we're exuding is that we're missing something. So all the universe hears is, hey, they want to miss stuff. So give them more stuff to miss. And we're like, no. It's when we sit in going, I am full and complete and I am ready to have this thing move into my life. Then that's the higher energy level, if that makes sense. We've been reading a great book, which I can't think of the name right now, but if I remember, I'll put it out. It's Letting Go, The Power of Surrender, I think. But it's great. It does talk about manifestation, which they're bringing back to me, which is when we're able to release it, when we're able to go, manifestation is like, I'm okay either way if I don't win Powerball. you know, I'm okay either way. I'm going to go buy a ticket and I'm okay either way. And if I truly am okay either way, then if it's for my highest, I'll win Powerball. And that's kind of how the manifestation works. So that's what they want you to know right now regarding that, love. So many blessings to you. That's what they have. All right. And then Anahi Mendizabal. I totally murdered that. My apologies. You'll be the next free reading, but I do have a donation. Hey, Elpedia. Welcome, welcome. So you want to know, will you complete your PhD study over on year 2024? And you also want to know the energies of your PhD supervisor too. All right. So number one, well, okay, will you complete your PhD study in 2024? All right. Give me a little more information on that. Okay. So they wanted that one right there. Okay. All right. And then what are the current energies of your PhD supervisor to you? All right. Well, I do like this for your first question. At first you got the temperance, the balance, things, it's like the patience as things unfold. So they're like, be patient, throughout the time, because it will. You have the completion card, the world card, the completing of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. So, this does show that you will complete your studies in that year, because that's the card of completion. But they're saying be patient with it and allow it to unfold. Enjoy the journey is kind of what I feel with that. It's like, um, don't focus so much on the outcome, because you'll miss the adventure instead of the I want to get to the end of it. It's like enjoy the process, is they're emphasizing that with the temperance card, because the tempering goes back and forth, and each time it pours into the new cup, it expands and changes and grows and transforms. So I do like that for you. And then so the current energies of your PhD supervisor, um, is an interesting combo too. So we'll start off with this. The Nine of Wands shows this barrier. Normally, the Nine of Wands shows like an energetic a barrier, like a block. But this is like this opening here where you're stepping into your power, and you're removing this energy block. So they're seeing you in a different way. They're seeing that you're overcoming obstacles, that you're um really learning your confidence, learning stepping into your power, and they're seeing like you're growing, and that you're removing things, and they see you, that you are empowering yourself. I feel like, especially both of these two fives coming in, you've got the Five of Pentacles and the Hierophant. They see you as you're transforming for where you might have felt lack, this energy of lack in the outside world, this energy of feeling abandoned, left out in the cold. But you're making this movement here where you're seeing things differently, and they see you growing. You're seeing your worth and your how you look at life in a different way, because the Hierophant too, you can see here that they enter into this labyrinth, which you're finding the real you, the capital T truths of who you are and what you want in life. I kind of feel like they're seeing that you're really getting into understanding what you want to accomplish with your education, what you want to accomplish with who you are, and that you're really figuring yourself out. You're not so much leaning toward what is the acceptable, like, well, this is what everyone does and thinks and should and da da da. You're starting to set yourself apart, is what I feel, is how they see you, and that you I feel like specialization is coming in too, that you are, they see you leaning towards a specialization, because you're really starting to figure out what it is you want to do and how you want to use all of that, your PhD and what you're wanting to head into. So I really like that. So I feel like they see you as someone who's growing and expanding, and you're really figuring yourself out, and they like that. They're like, okay, you're getting a little spicy with with your energy, and you're starting to stand up for yourself a little more as well. So that's what I see for you, Elpidia, with these cards. So again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. All right, so we'll continue and go back into order for the free readings. And we are at just a little over top of the first hour. So I always like to do a little public service announcement, which has to do with like what I just did, which I'm usually on for like 2 hours for these sessions. And for the free readings, I do go in order from top to bottom, first come, first serve. But when anyone makes a donation, I do step out of line to honor that energy exchange, complete those readings, and then go back in order and continue going down. I am trying to do the free readings faster by only pulling like one or two cards for answers. But if you want me to go into more detail, if you make a donation of any type, I will go deeper like I just did for Elpedia. So if you want to do that, I'll offer that too. I just want to try to get through as many free readings as possible. So that's why I'm making them a little shorter than normal. And I haven't got any feedback either way, whether it's any less or, better or worse or anything like that. So I feel like I'm going to continue to do that, because I've been getting through a lot more free readings which is what I want to do. It's kind of like the compromise, the happy medium. But that's the scoop. So that's been the public service announcement. So we will move back to the regular scheduled program and back into the free readings as I take another sip here. All right. So I actually did just get another donation. Hey, little Lisa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So you want to know, how does your Gemini see you? All right. Well, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you here. So how does Gemini see you? Probably in two different ways, right? Through one of their personalities and through their other personality. All right. All right. This is interesting. You did get 3 sets of cards, 2 each. So I feel like these are the 2 sides of each. So let's take a look here. So one side of them here, so I feel like one is one side of their personality. Not that they have a split personality, but all you Geminis know, I'm an Aquarius Sun, so I know we're the multiple personalities of the zodiac. So we think Gemini having 2 is cute, but we have like, so I don't mean it in any bad way whatsoever. But this is one side. So they see you here. I mean, the 10 of Pentacles is, look at this abundance, this fullness of life, the Empress, new birth, passionate, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, sensuality, again, harvest and abundance. So they see you as someone who is very, that could really help fill up their life, very fulfilled life, very birthing, and a life that's brimming. So that's a wonderful side of it, and they see that, they see the possibilities, they see all of that, right? So that's one side of it. And then the other, yeah, which makes sense because that's the Gemini. Usually they're like, wow. And then that's the high. And then they go down into the low depths, which is the moon, the mysterious, the hidden, the emotions. So deep, so hidden. What's all going on under there? They had the 5 of Cups, which the 5 of Cups has the 3 cups that are spilled. And so they'll go over to this other side of themselves where it's like, it's too good to be true, there's must be hidden things, and these other people that I trusted in the past, and I saw the good in them, they just walked all over me. And there's all this history that's deep within them that they don't share a lot with other people, and this is what they go dive deep into. So this would be that other side, which may not have anything to do with you whatsoever, but this is their perception because this is their world that's going on, right? They have their high high, and then they have their low low that comes in. And so this is it's a good thing because this also shows 2 pillars, and they have 2 cups. They learn a lot through this journey, diving deep into their emotions. They learn their power of choice, that they get to choose. Are they choosing this, um, feelings of fear and losing conditional love, and, the disappointments and all these fears and emotions we do come here to experience? Or we can choose the ones above, the unconditional and the brightness here. So, on one hand, they see you as this, "Oh, wow, glorious, glorious thing." But then there's all this mystery and this um, kind of fears that come in with it all. I like that they gave me two cards that represent one side of the personality and 2 that represent the other. And then they have, so what's the combination? With them meshing those 2 together, what comes forward? And I like this because they have the 9 of Cups, which, kind of represents this wish fulfillment card. Like, who wouldn't want this? This is like glorious, right? So this is a wish fulfillment energy emotional fulfillment, which is interesting because that would be the combination of both of those together. All that emotional stuff, all that abundant stuff coming together, emotional fulfillment. King of Wands, a lot of fire, a lot of passion too. So there's a lot of attraction there. But they stand in their power too. And so they are, I feel like they're, going back and forth between those two, types of energies. And I feel like they are very close to acting upon this because the King of Wands does rule over their energy. It's kind of the entrepreneur, emperor type of energy where they don't like to not stand in their power. They don't like to sit on things too long, um, which can be or not be true for Geminis. It depends on the rest of their soup of their astrology, right? But I feel like they're ready to stand up and they're determining, they're whittling down, going, "This is my dream. I can see this happening." They almost feel like if I don't act on it, then someone else is going to scoop them up. But I have these, fears, this, and they're getting more and more to where they're like, you know what? I am going to act on this. I get to take control of this. I'm going to stand in my power. So I feel here, little Lisa, there's a lot of wonderful things that are happening inside of them and the wonderful things they think about you and feel about you. And I feel like they will be acting on that soon with that King of Wands. So I like it, little Lisa. So that is what they have. Again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. All right. So we'll step back into the free readings, and I had left off with Anahi. And you'd like to ask if you'll find true love in the next 6 months. Okay, that's one card. And then also, will you find a better job with a better salary? And since I'm just going to pull one card for each of those, I'll answer both of those. So, will you find true love in the next 6 months? Princess of Cups, Page of Cups, new love. That would be a yes. Very fast. And then will you find a better job with a better salary? Yeah, not right now. The Three of Swords is the expectations equal disappointment. So I feel like, this is a no on the second question about finding a better job and better salary. But I feel like it's happening on purpose for a purpose, right? You're going to find true love in the next 6 months. So, yay. It's just like the job though, you know, expectations equal disappointment. And the reason why, if we feel like a job is not good, there's something wrong with it, we want something better. I feel like with this disappointment, maybe you've been disappointed in a lot of jobs that you've been at. And what spirit wants you to look at is what am I, what part of the job that's not good is my attitude, is how can I change that with my attitude and my energy. Now when we focus on what's going wrong and what is happening and those things, we grow that, we make it worse, and wherever we go, there we are. If we jump from job to job because management's always overbearing and blah blah blah, it's like, oh, what mirror is that showing for me? How am I being overbearing? How are my thoughts about myself overbearing? I feel like there's this growth that can happen through really understanding what don't I feel is good about this job, and how can I change that? How can I focus on what I'm grateful for in the job, what I do like in the job, what I'd like the job to be, and see what that energy, instead of focusing in on how it's not doing well, what's wrong with it and all that, switch the energy. And maybe you can be a part of a solution to make the job better. It makes it better for so many people. Or at least you learn through the experience of like, I can change all this. And then, then maybe later the job happens. But I don't feel like it's going to be soon that you'll find a new job. I feel like this is the journey they want you to have with that. So that's what they have for you, Anahi. So many blessings to you. All right. You are welcome, Billy. All right. All right, Neptune, I did get your donation. Thank you so much for that. All right, very good. So you found an exciting new path. Are you contacting us from the future? It's not November 2023 yet. I'm sure you mean November 2022. Yeah, I know. I'm like, ooh, oh well. That was going to be exciting. You're contacting us for the future. Give me lotto numbers. Give me Powerball numbers. All right. So exciting new path. You're working on building and testing new strategies for your business. Any messages for you from Spirit? Absolutely. Let's take a look. Then Elisa, you'll be up next. All right. Okay, I like that. All right. So you do have the Magician card coming in here and the Queen of Cups. So this does tell you here, this wonderful, um, you know, this building and testing of these new strategies. You have this wonderful power behind it. The Queen of Cups also is a great card to get in combination with all this because she, is very intuitive. She's very connected to the spirit realm and her gut instinct. And so it really is saying, you hold this magic, this ability to really make things happen and to move forward, but trust your gut, trust your instinct because it's really on point. So these ideas and this strategies that are coming, this is very much supporting that yeah, you are on a great path and continue to do that. um you have, we'll start off with the devil card here because of course that always is the scary one for most people, but it's a great one to have because this is about the shaking and the rattling of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And, you might have these former ways of thinking about things and, always about business. And there's all these opinions and all these things of like, this is how you're supposed to do it and this is how it should be. Well, that's what's being shaken here with the devil card. It's the one that keeps you, makes you realize what is keeping you restricted, held back, small, and from moving forward. And so that's why I like about, you're working on these new strategies and don't let old ways of thinking keep you from moving forward because you have the Six of Swords, which is about leaving behind old ways of thinking and moving to new ways of thinking, which moves you from choppy waters to calmer waters. But you also have the Six of Pentacles, which is the equal giving and receiving. So, two sixes coming in here is a wonderful flow because you can see three on each side leaves this wonderful flowing energy. So I really feel here, as long as you just don't let old ways of thinking block you, you'll have this smooth movement forward and it'll bring you some great information there. Because you do have the entrepreneur card, the knight, actually this is the Knight of Wands. The King of Wands is the entrepreneur card, but the Knight of Wands is fast movement. It is this energy of moving forward. They also are on a quest for standing in their power, which is a great card. So this is fast movement. There is this energy and this progress that comes in. We talked about flow already. Well, here's the Ace of Cups, which is new emotion, heightened emotion, filling up and overflowing, which really the Six of Pentacles also represents abundance and victory because you have enough for yourself that you're able to give to others, which is also emphasized here with the Ace of Cups. You just feel so full and overflowing with what you're headed with your ideas. So these strategies, um, very much are supported here. Trust your gut, trust your intuition, trust your power, because we come back to, you know, the magician holds the wand in their hand, and the knight of wands is in pursuit of their power. And so it's really trusting that you hold this energy within your hands to really have this um, power. Whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And they keep on bringing back, don't let old ways of thinking limit you. Don't be afraid to go against the grain, to try things that haven't been tried before. Even if people are going, oh, that's stupid, you're just like, but my gut says I want to try this. Trust it, because you hold so much power in your hand. So I really like this for you, Neptune. um, I feel like they're just backing you up and showing you this energy moving forward and showing you victory that comes in the end. So I like that. So maybe you are looking back from November 2023. This is the vision that we're seeing as in November of this year. You'll look back and going, yes, it was. That's what happened. But that is what they have. So many, many blessings to you. Neptune, again, thank you for your donation. All right, Elisa, thank you so much. So, Elisa, you are donating on behalf of Mahipus Ruby, if I understand that correctly. So, thank you so much for your donation for them. You are very generous. I love that for you. And let me just find their question here. All right, Mahipus, it says, hello, and may know the next action of Jevi towards you next week. All right. Let's take a look here and see. Let me just highlight that so I can see that. Okay. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. What are the next actions of Jevi towards you? All right. All right. More clarity on that. So that one there, and that one there, and this one here. Anything else? All right, and that one. All right. Well, I do see movement, so something definitely is happening next week, because we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is about, work has been put into the relationship, and there is movement, so there is change. It's usually movement up or out. We have the Prince of Wands too, which is um, the Page of Wands, which is about new passion, new drive, new energies coming in too. So that's what gives me this movement and action that's happening next week with that. So I do like that. Okay, yep, I see that here. Um, yep, because you have more fire coming in. Five of Wands is a change of energy. So what may have felt conflicting and volatile a little bit in the beginning actually transforms into something more calm, something more loving, something more friendly, kind of energy. Which with the World card, this is a victory card. It's an ending of old cycles and the beginning of a new journey that is more free of expectation, of rules, of confliction, or feeling bound, right? And the Magician card coming in here. So the Magician card is divine masculine energy. It's someone stepping up and taking action and allowing the energy to move forward. So they're, whatever it may have been feeling stagnant before, really steps up and moves forward. That's what kind of the Page of Wands is. They're holding that magic wands. That energy is re-emphasized here of them stepping up and making decisions, making movement, making choices that go forward. You have the Queen of Cups here, and for me, what this shows me for you, Mahippas, is that this is you. This is you stepping. I feel like you are very in tune with your emotional energies, with intuition, with your gut, with your empathic abilities, and I feel like you already have your intuition is already. It's like your spidey sense is already going, and you know what's coming. Um, so I am getting this message to trust that because that's why they emphasize that here. In the 7 of Cups. So I feel like here's all these emotions. I feel like you're picking up so many different emotions around you that you're unsure of which are yours and which are theirs and which are people around you, or other people involved in any kind of situations. Um, Yeah, and a 10 of wands, you're getting a ton of energy. So I can see why you're kind of like, what's happening? I just feel this flood of energy, all these emotions flaring everywhere. And I feel like you just feel a little overwhelmed emotionally that there's just so much that's coming your way. But here I like the star coming in here, which is a wish fulfillment card, hope, brightness, coming in. So I feel this is a very positive outcome. And for its spirit saying, with everything that you're feeling, just bring it all, connect to your higher self, which is the star up here. And uh, it's like wishing upon a star. It's a wish fulfillment type of card. So I feel like the actions next week are going to be in alignment with what you would be feeling is a wish or dream come true. It's steps towards it, and that they're taking actions and movement with that. So that is what I'm getting with those cards there, Mahipa. So many, many blessings to you. And thank you so much for the donation, Elisa. Many, many blessings to you. All right. Thank you for your second donation for your question. And Anmal, you'll be up after that. So, Elisa, you want to know, may you know what does our so what so when R talks to their confidant, what do they say about you? Oh, okay. Well, let's see if they'll let us in on their business. What does spirit want you to know about what goes on in confidence? You are very welcome, Ahipus. Just gonna take a quick sip here. Hey, Deb, love and light to you. All right, let's see what we got going on here, Eliza. So first we have the Ace of Swords, which does tell me about new communication, new expectations, new ways of looking at things. And so this is telling me that that there is communication. They do talk about their confident, with their confident about their situation, which includes you in all of it. So that does tell me it's an affirmative. There is communication. So we do see here we've got the 8 of Cups, which is them leaving behind old emotions that no longer serve them. 7 of Cups, emotional confusion, and the Knight of Wands, passion and movement. So I feel like they have this, um, passion and those types of things that happen there. The 7 of Cups, I feel like they have a lot of emotional confusion that's around it. And the 8 of Cups is about, I think this is like their current relationship. They're leaving behind things, and so they're sharing what's going on and that they're leaving that. But then I feel like this is more about you. They have passion, they have attraction, but they also have emotional confusion. They're really trying to figure themselves out which makes sense with all that stuff that they've got going on there, right? Um, because we've got this, nine of wands, which is about this energetic blocks and these emotions that happen, and so they feel like there's some things that are keeping them from moving forward in regards to you and different things in their life. So I feel like they're being held back in their life in different ways, and they are having this movement of thought and belief, and they're talking about that there's movement happening. They eventually want to move into this place of abundance in their life, but I feel like they're saying they're trying to figure things out. So and it makes sense, when people are in this kind of situation where they're leaving and they're going beyond and going to these different transitions in life. um, they always need that time to figure things out, and that's why they're with this confident. They're just really talking about all of this type of stuff that's happening. And so they're trying to figure out life, right? They're trying to, like, I don't want to repeat things that I've done in the past, and I really need to figure out what I want, but I'm really confused about things, and I feel like I can't move forward in some things, and others I can. And so I feel like you're part of the whole thing that they're talking about. And you know there's this uh, uh, you know wonderful you're wonderful part of it all, but their life is a hellstorm. It is this tornado, it's like a tsunami hit their life, and they're just trying to clear things up. So it's it's like a um, devastation, right? You're like, do I want to walk through this devastated area? I'm gonna wait till they reconstruct, and then it'll be better to go, to interact in that area, type of thing. So that is what they have for you, Lisa. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Many, many blessings to you. All right, Animal, you are up next. Yeah, I know, right? I feel you too. I understand. We've all been there. We've all had this attraction to someone who's going through so much, and we want them to hurry up and get to this place, but we don't want to be the rebound either. We don't want to be the Coast Guard that comes in and delivers them somewhere else, right? We want them to be delivered to us healthy and happy, and without any malaria or anything that they're going to pass on to us. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right, Animal, you are up next. Thank you for your donation. You want to know what or who is coming for you, and any guidance from the universe? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what they have here. Okay, anything else? All right, let's see what we have here. So I feel like this is what, and this is who, and then this is just overall guidance. Oh, okay. So the what that's coming your way here, you have this combo. So you've got the 10 of swords, which is, the this our thoughts and our beliefs and our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations overall. And 10 of swords, as I say, usually has someone like lay down on the ground with all the swords stuck in their back, just this exhaustion, trying to live up to all these expectations, trying to please people, just trying to make and meet all this stuff, which of course is exhausting, right? Because all those are small t truths, which are these fears of losing a conditional love. What's great is that you have the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords rules over the swords, and she has this powerful Ace of Swords. Allows her to see things, as you see here with this beautiful all these stars and all this energy. She's able to see things from a higher perspective, from this place of unconditional love, which allows her to cut away the small t truths, allows them to become free from it, which is, brings a lot of, like I said, freedom. And all this is around the Nine of Cups. What all these beliefs that we have around what emotional fulfillment looks like. What does the dream of love, what does that look like with it coming true? So, there is this, you know, clarity that's coming here. So the what that's coming in is you're really been challenged around what all this means. The supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the musts. And because those things constantly disappoint us, that's when we're ready to let them go. And I feel like you're at this point of just like, yeah, I'm just exhausted trying to live up to all this stuff. Well, you have here who's coming forward, who's coming towards you. I like this, that once you have this peace of mind, which the Four of Swords, they're normally sleeping on the Ace of Swords, which means they're cutting away expectations. It's this opening up all this energy that was invested here in trying to live up to this. All that energy is now coming back to you. You have this new passion, this new drive, this new fire that comes in, which can be new passion with someone new coming in. And I feel like it's this, when we have so many expectations, we live a very, direct life that we miss all the stuff on the outside when we feel like we tell the universe it has to be this type of person, this way, it has to unfold this way. This is who I have to be, who they have to be, and blah, blah, blah. Well, it's very tight, restrictions. There's all this out here and there's all this out here. And the more we clear away those things, the more opportunities come faster. The Spirit had joked before about this person, that the one person that falls within everything's on back order for 1,000 years. But if you open your parameters, we have faster shipping on other relationships. So I feel like that's what they're saying here and what's coming forward, because you also have the Tower card. The Tower card is this wonderful energy about what is removed out of our lives, is removed out of our lives on purpose to make space for new and to clear our pathway to move forward into areas that are more in alignment with where we want to head and what we truly want in our life. So there is this change coming in here, and this can be things or people that change, things that are being brought in and out of our life, etc. So I really feel like that's what they're having come in here. So I like that for you because it feels so much more free, and it does feel like so much more expansive as well. So I do like that for you. So many, many blessings to you again. Thank you so much for your donation, Animal. All right. So we'll go back and continue down the list here for the free readings. And let me just take a look here. Actually, I lost my place, so let me just find that back here. There we are. So Angelique, you were the next reading coming up here. So let's take a look here. So Angelique, a love reading and star signs to come. You're interested in a Leo. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. Well, so you've got got the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. So this is both of these are endings and new beginnings. It's like a message from Spirit. Where you've been investing your energy and where you've been investing all your thoughts and all this energy into living up to all these expectations and stuff, you have this huge ending and new beginning that's coming in here. So I feel like you've been working on this and you were, really cutting away all the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos around love. and now you're ready. Like, this is the ending. This is the new beginning that's about to unfold and happen. And I feel like it's a message from spirit, really, about um, recognition for the work that you've done in those areas, and that you're about to see the harvest, because the 10 of wands can be, can feel like burden, but it also can be the harvest that they're carrying all the wands on their back there, you know um star signs to come. I feel like with all this, letting the expectations go, letting it be free, separating, and allowing it to unfold. I feel like this is the message for right now. Is they're like, you've done so much, and letting go and opening up expectations and the energy that you're investing in, that you feel you have to make how a relationship has to happen and who you have to be. I feel like they're saying, ride the wave. Don't try to calculate the wave. I feel like this is a new experience for you, and like really putting it into practice of letting that energy flow and go with the flow. I feel like they're saying, right now, we want you to be in that moment of weightlessness where I don't know what's happening, and to become comfortable with the unknown. Right now is what they have for you. Doesn't mean they won't tell you later, but they're like, we want you to get used to being comfortable with the unknown, because there's this ending and this new beginning. It's like right before you go over on a roller coaster and go over, go over the thing. It's like, whoa, okay, here we go. Know. So I like it for you, Angelique, but that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right, Favor B, hello. You want to know what will happen between you and T when he comes out of jail? All right, let's take a look here. So these are your two cards here. So I see here there's some conflicting thoughts and expectations that come out here. So there's going to be some little communication, a little miscommunication, but I do feel it ends up feeling abundant, when things unfold there. So, a little bit of figuring things out, a little bit of butting heads around expectations and what you think is supposed to happen or not. But in the end, with that 10 of Pentacles, I feel like you guys figure things out, and it feels like life feels good. And this is when they come out of jail. So I don't know about a whole future, but this is like, you do figure things out, and it feels abundant, and it feels like things go you know, feel that way for a little while. Um, but I have this feeling like it's like, meh. you know, I feel like the conflict uh, gets resolved momentarily, is what I feel. I just feel like there's these things that keep on repeating, because I feel like you both have these strong opinions on how things should be, and you'll blah blah blah, and then you just make up, and then you like work things out for a little bit, and then bump bump bump, and then make up, and then I feel like this has been a pattern, and I don't feel like the pattern's going to change, because I feel like both of you are pretty stubborn. So that is what they have for you, Favor. So many blessings to you. All right. It's just Crimson. You are up next here. Let me just make sure here. Okay. All right. So it's just Crimson. Will you get into your dream college? Let's take a look here. Okay. Anything else? All right. I do like this for you. The Knight of Wands is about action, 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 movement, movement, movement. And the Seven of Wands is about you being up on a hill and being seen, and which is very positive cards. These both are just very fiery. It's movement. This represents people going, why do you get to go to your dream college and I didn't? So I really feel like this is a very positive energy that, there is movement towards this, and that you do, because this is like, I mean, look how bright these cards are. The Seven of Wands, like I said, it represents being a place up on a hill where you are seen and admired and people are jealous of it. Try not to, feel like you have to defend that you were able to have this opportunity when other people aren't, because they're going to feel low about themselves and they'll probably try to poke holes and do all that. And that's kind of what comes in with that. It's lonely at the top. I'm just kidding. But I feel very positive things with that. So many, many blessings to you. All right, Esmeralda, thank you so much. I know, Super Bowl, happy birthday, Super Bowl King. Thank you guys so much for your birthday wishes. All right, let's take a look here. All right. All right. Yeah, thank you guys so much for your suggestions on how these should work. I trying to balance and trying to find the best way to do things. And I have found I can't please all the people all the time, and I try to switch things up, and then people still aren't happy about how I do it. So I'm going to follow spirit and do those things. I appreciate. I'm not always able to get down to everyone. All the free readings. It gets very long, very fast. I do honor donations. I do need to eat and I do need to survive myself. And so this is how I earn my income. So I appreciate, all the feedback and your patience. And I try to be on here a lot, offer a lot of free content. And if I didn't, I wouldn't. I'd have to quit doing this and, get a full-time job, and then I wouldn't be here at all. So I appreciate it. And I thank you for your patience as we figure things out. I am reaching towards the end of my 2 hours being on here. I'm going to try to get through a couple more free readings here before we do that. If you do want to make sure I get to your reading in here, a donation of any kind, it could be $1. It could be, sometimes it's even less than that with, interest. I mean, the foreign exchange stuff. I don't look at the dollar amount. I just honor the energy exchange. And I do make sure to complete that. So if you're able to, I will complete it in this session. Otherwise, I do offer a ton of free content. I put out weekly energy updates, monthly readings. I have a pick of cards I put out a lot. I invest a lot of energy in those. Spirit does bring through beautiful messages. So if you're unable to do a donation and you need an answer this evening, please consider going over to my main page for my playlists, and follow your heart, and spirit will bring you messages there. I will be back tomorrow morning too at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then also tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. I do post an hour before I go live, the announcement of going live, and you can put your questions in, even if you just pop in to put your question and pop out. That gets you in line for the free readings too. I do that to advertise, to make sure people are aware that I'm going live. So those are options. Also, before I forget, in case people start bouncing, I do have a drawing tomorrow after my morning session. Let me just find here it is. So here is the video for that. Talking about the drawing, and I'm offering a 30-minute personal recorded reading. If I get enough comments, I throw in a 45-minute, even an hour. So if you're interested in trying to get into that, you do have that available. And I also offer personal readings that you can book one with me. All that information's in the description box of the video down below. So I'm going to continue here. I'm to Manur Riaz Gadar. So you'll be the next one up. And then Marry the Aries. I think I'm going to be about, let me see how much more I'm going here, because it is my birthday eve. So let me see how many more I will be able to get in here. So Manur, you wanted to know, how is Wahid feeling about tomorrow? Let's take a look here. Wow. Well, it feels very, very positive here. I mean, the King of Wands is someone standing in their power and feeling empowered. The Seven of Wands feels like someone that is bright upon a hill and shining like a sun. So, I had similar cards just a moment ago, but it's brightness. It's feeling energized and very positive around it. So there is this feeling of stepping into their power, feeling not like they're feeling in control, but they feel like they are able to have very positive outcome coming from that. So I just feel this really wonderful energy around that, and I feel like they're like, I get to my energy that I put into the moment or whatever really um, influences things, and they're not selling their own attitude and their energy around the situation short, which is positive. I do like that for them. So that is what they have. So many blessings. I really like that. All right, so we'll continue moving down the list here. All right. So Mary the Aries, tell you about the energy with the Cancer sign and what's the outcome. Let's take a look here. So, the energy, woo, nightmare, insomnia card of so many. This is like fears of losing conditional love, right? There's this, just all this thought about, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos that surround the situation, with the Cancer sign there. And the Four of Swords is like, there is this peace of mind that's available, which the Four of Swords usually has someone sleeping on the Ace of Swords, and the Three Swords are all about expectations, and it's cutting away all these, it connects to the capital T truths, these that are rooted in unconditional love. It allows you to cut away these fears of, what does it mean if this doesn't unfold that way and that doesn't unfold that way, and what if they say this, what if they do that? We're given so much of that all our lives. It's no wonder we all have trouble sleeping in our lives, because we have so much inundated about relationships and career and education and our bodies and our bank accounts and our possessions and the state of the world and aliens and asteroids. It's like all this stuff, but there's this freedom that comes the more we connect to these higher truths that are rooted in unconditional love. Allows us to cut away these opinions, these thoughts, and these beliefs. The book that I'm reading called Letting Go, it talks about how, we have all these opinions that are out in the world, but where the trouble comes in is when we make those opinions mine. This is mine, and then we feel we have to defend it, and all this stuff comes in. I feel like releasing it all, and just that's where our freedom comes, letting go of these mindsets. So I feel like the outcome, they're like, the whole thing about this situation is the fears of what the outcome is and what does that mean. And I feel like there's this it'll be a continual looping that we go through with people and situations and things, of going, what does this outcome mean about me? What do I fear these outcomes I fear will mean about me? And I feel like that's what they're wanting you to focus in on right now, Mary. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. I know, I know. All right. So Henry, thank you for your patience there. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes and all the cake. So do you have chance to reunite with your ex-girlfriend Mai this year. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit have for you here? All right. Well, there is a possibility here because you have both the Ace of Cups and the Princess of Cups, which can mean like a renewed love, but I almost feel like this is more you won't care because I feel like you're gonna find new love. Because the Queen of Swords here, the Queen of Swords is the balancing of heart and mind, and the letting go of the old expectations and the balancing out. Um, and I just feel like there's a lot of leftover, I don't know, just emotions that are in there that it feels like a fresh start is even better for you. That Queen of Swords is this someone who's I feel like this new love that comes in for you is someone who's balanced in heart and mind. I almost feel like your ex-girlfriend might have been one extreme or the other. Either they were extremely in their mind and had trouble expressing themselves emotionally, or were very emotional and wouldn't balance it with mind. And I feel like this new person that comes in is this balance and more in alignment with who's cohesive for you rather than being like extreme in one or the other. So that's what I feel for you. I mean, it's like there's this chance, but they're like, but do you want it? We know we have these attachments to exes that we're like, oh, but I have this special place in my heart. And it's like, yeah, we all keep little rooms in our heart for all our exes, but doesn't mean we have to have the main table set for them. They can stay in the room, they don't, we can clear away the reserve section for them at our table to make space for this new person to come in. And that's what I feel they have for you, Henry. So that is what they have. So I like it for you, though. Many, many blessings to you. Thanks, Diamond Girl. All right. So, Kieran, you want to know how will your future husband be? Faces, features, and personality. Let's see what they have here. Cards are flying. Well, I like this. So we've got this, very bright countenance. This is Leo energy. So Leos tend to be handsome and beautiful, and they have that attraction about them. So very attractive, but also very bright, very bubbly, very fiery, very passionate, which is great. They also with the death and rebirth card, it's like this phoenix. They just are someone who has really risen from the ashes. They shine bright. And the reason why they have gone this is they went through, you know, a huge fire in their life to have emerged as this beautiful phoenix because they've gone through things, they've experienced things. And so they're very attractive. You're very attracted to them, not just like, oh yeah, they're handsome, you're just like, oh my god. But they're also have this personality to match this overcomer, this inner strength, because they had to grow up. I feel like they had to grow up very fast from when they were younger. So that's what Spirit wants you to know right now, Kieran. So many blessings to you. You're welcome, Henry. All right. So, Spiritual Diva Anjali, you'd like a message from your angels. Let's take a look here. Okay. Wow. Here we go. Anjali. So So a lot going on in your mind here. I love this for you though, because the Eight of Swords means you have really coming into this wonderful peace of mind. You know, the Eight of Swords, swords, thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations, but you have really have this big picture view of your own thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that have kept you restricted, you know, that have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped and small in the past. And I love this peace of mind coming in. I feel like you really have understood them. And I almost feel like you're on this uh, inner reflection kick on your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets because you've really been letting a lot go and understanding things that everything's just starting to fall into place mentally, and you're understanding your perceptions and how you're seeing things. And it is this beautiful clearing of that. And I almost feel like you're becoming addicted to clearing your mind out, and it's exciting for you because you're seeing the progress, you're seeing the changes that have happened because of it, and it just makes you even more excited to let more of these fears go because they just kind of are starting to go in bundles instead of one by one. It's just like things are connected together and they're just all falling away together like big chunks, and this beautiful flow of love and energy and thought, higher love, higher energy is coming through for you. And I feel like this is the angels just telling you, you know, recognition for what you have done and what is happening, and that it's not you're not misseeing it. This flow of energy, this tinglingness, this joy for no reason at all that comes they're like it's because you've done these things, and they're recognizing you for it. So I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Let me take a look here. We still have a lot more to go. Um, yeah, I'm not going to be able to get to the bottom here because my energy is draining. And of course, I do have to balance. So, for everyone else that I wasn't able to get to here, my deepest apologies. Um, as I mentioned, if you um, do want to, well, if you do want me to complete your reading in this session, as my energy is starting to fade. Like I said, any donation, I will honor that. Bree is going to be my last free reading in this session. So now is the time to make any donations. Again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. It does help spread the Zen love, and it does help the channel grow. And it's something that you can do that's absolutely free. So that's helpful. And thank you guys so much for all of you that have done that. As I mentioned earlier, too, I have a ton of free content. So if you head over to my main page, bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot, when you click on that, on my name in here, it'll take you to my playlists. Just follow your heart, and spirit will guide you to any readings there. I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And even though it's my birthday, I'm excited to be here. And I will be back tomorrow night as well. So, Bree, you want to know what's coming your way with love? All right. What else? All right. I like this for you because you do have the, excuse me, the Two of Swords that's coming up here. And I feel like you're going to be at this crossroads of decision. So maybe there's going to be two individuals, but I feel like there's, you know, an opportunity to like go on a date with someone that feels like, you know what, this checks off all the boxes. It's like the mind saying that, well, it's a good, you know, opportunity. But then there's the heart, the one that your heart wants, where it wants to do, it's excited about it. And so you're going to have this opportunity, and you know, it's up to you which one you choose. But of course, spirit is nudging you to follow your heart, because you have the Three of Pentacles, which the Three of Pentacles is the being the authentic you card. It's like, don't be pulled off of your path trying to live up to what you think people would want, and you're afraid that you'll get punished if you don't do what's expected of you, or that you'll lose support from people if you don't do what is expected of you. They're like, it's your life and you get to choose it. You get to live it. And so stay true to your authentic self, follow your heart. What's going to make your heart sing? What's going to bring you joy? And choose that, because they feel like there's this fork in the road and you're like, well, try to please everyone, which you never will be able to please everyone. We have this idea we will, but we'll veer off and go, well, it's not what I want, but we'll make the family happy. I'll go out. When you're like, but I want to go out with them. Go out with them. And that's what I feel is coming for you, Bree. So here we go. That's what they have. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So I don't see any other donations. So we're going to close down the session for this evening. And again, big apologies to everyone that was not able to get to. And thank you all for understanding the need to balance and as we figure things out. But please know, as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you, yes, you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So hang in there. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, wherever you're at in the world. And we'll see you soon. Until then, much love to you. And you guys take care. Have a good night.